Okay, we're back in OpenStreetMap today, doing some improvements to the maps on our existing trail network. If you haven't watched the earlier episodes in this series, please do so first, or there may be aspects of the video that you don't understand. You might be thinking now, well, once the trail is mapped, that's it. Trails are constant, right? Why do we need to make changes? Well, there's lots of reasons. First, trails do change. Natural events like fires, floods, erosion can necessitate changes to part of or all of a trail. Also, when you first loaded your trails in OpenStreetMap, chances are you used a GPS trace. This is fine and perfectly normal, but as I mentioned last video, GPS traces aren't necessarily accurate. You should regard them as the first draft of your trail map, not the final result. And that's what we're getting into today. Now, with these maps we're looking at now at First Turkey, I loaded a lot of these trails about 7 years ago, and I have made occasional edits and additions since then. I initially used GPS traces, and needless to say, GPS technology and accuracy has changed over the last 7 years. Also changed is the accuracy and resolution of aerial mapping. The maps in OpenStreetMap are provided by Bing, and they have very good maps, and they're updated probably every year or two. Updates of these satellite maps, when they do happen, this is when life gets really interesting when it comes to editing trails. You can see where I've done these updates over the years. If you look at the bottom of this trail, Cactus, it follows the trail perfectly. You can't even see the trail underneath it because it's so perfect. You've got to zoom out to see it, but that follows it beautifully because as the trail has cleared up, or as the maps have improved, I've been able to tidy up that map. On the other hand, here at Whipsnake, which is the neighbouring track, it's still pretty janky. So you're seeing all these straight edges and that sort of thing. That's straight out of a GPX trace. But you'll notice it only goes to about here, to this point, and then it's really smooth. Again, it follows the track really well, like Cactus did. So what that says to me is at some point in the past, this was visible from a map update, and this stuff wasn't, so I just left that untouched. But now it is visible. Since the last map update, it is visible. In places anyway. I can't really see what's going on in this little section, but up here, definitely. So what we're going to do is edit this existing map so that it updates on Strava and all the other apps. So I can see that this needs to be dragged in a bit, and I want to get rid of this sort of janky corners. So what we can do there is just double click on the line and it will create another edit point. See? Okay, that's all pretty good. Up here it could go that way a bit. We'll add another edit point there, just so it rounds it off. Another one here to round out that corner. Okay, this is all good. That can go in. And this is a great example of how inaccurate GPX can be. Look at this wild corner here. This is, there's nothing under there. What the heck has happened there? So it's just a GPX fart at some point. So we want to bring this back to this corner. So let's build, we'll use some of the existing points. Let's drag that to there. That to there. It just looks really great on if your trails appear well on other apps. It just looks so much more professional. It makes it look like your trail network is loved and maintained, which it is. So yeah, I used the existing points and tidied that up. That looks nice. Okay, I can't really see what's going on here. We'll have a bit of a look. Okay, that goes to there. Oh, right, okay. So that actually goes in like that. And to there. We'll round that up a little bit. Okay, then this bit comes out. We'll round that a little bit. Beautiful. Round that in. There's the tree line that continues on there. We'll move that to there. Round that corner just a touch. So I'm just using existing points there for the moment. Tend to do a bit of a section at a time and then come back and refine it. So we'll add a point there to round that corner out. That is pretty straight there. Goes to about there. Beautiful. Lovely. So we've tidied all that up. That's nice and neat. And you can see there I've still got a long way to go. That's wild and woolly there, but you don't need to sit here and watch me do that. But just see how much clearer it is now since we put in the GPX trace. So yeah, I've got a bit of a job ahead of me there, but this is just something I do once a year. It might take me, the whole trail network, upgrading it each year might take me 4 or 5 hours, and I just sit and do that with a bit of music playing. It's really worth the trouble. It makes your trail data much more accurate, and when you're planning races and using features like Strava routes, it makes routes, if you're in America, it makes the distances more accurate as well. Yeah, that's about it. So now all that's left is to save it and make a decent comment so you know what you've done. I'll just recycle this old one. Updated trail, whoops, updated trail line. Bottom of whip snakes, that's an old remark I've made. We'll make it middle of whip snake. From Bing satellite versus old GPX. And that just lets me know when if I ever have to go back and look at the changes I've made, what I actually did there. And also helps other people because other people can view your changes. And it lets people know what you did, why you did something, and yeah, it's good to explain your actions so you can come back to them later. But anyway, no worries. Happy editing. If you have any questions or feedback, just drop it in the comments, and yeah, we'll catch up next time. Thanks for your company. Here's a few more videos you might enjoy. If you enjoyed that one, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. Righto, see you out on the trails next time. Bye.